I am waiting in line for Starbucks. Literally, like, basically in the middle of the road. This person's trying to get in here. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, so I never get Starbucks. And I really don't. Let me turn off my windshield wipers so that's not super annoying. So yeah, I typically really don't get Starbucks, but I have a gift card and I get chai tea ordered from a company in Canada. I will link it in the comments below. They're actually fellow YouTubers. They're super awesome. And they have a chai tea company and their chai tea is really, really good. And it doesn't have any sugar in it. So I'm not starting my day off with tons of sugar. For those of you that are new to the channel, I quit coffee about 2 months ago at this point, which is insane. I've been sober for almost 2 years, sober from alcohol for almost 2 years. Never in a million years did I think that I was going to quit coffee. That is absolutely insane. But just like that, I had that little knowing with alcohol of like, you need to put it down. And I wasn't feeling good anymore, and I could just tell what it was doing to my body and to my mental state. It was the same thing with coffee. I was feeling just like super anxious, having insomnia issues. I had a lot of like blood sugar spikes where I would have just eaten something and then I'd drink a cup of coffee and all of a sudden I'd be like starving again and I'd be like crazy, grumpy. Oh, I'm moving up. Okay, I'm back. So I would be crazy grumpy and irritable, and I just knew like it wasn't good for me anymore. So I gave it up, which was the hardest thing I've ever done. I think that honestly might have been harder than alcohol, which is crazy. But like coffee was my crutch, right? It was like my one vice that I had besides alcohol. So when I had to let that go, it was pretty traumatic. But I will say now, 2 months in, I don't even miss it. Like I thought about getting it this morning because I'm like, well, like I kind of have a headache. And so I could definitely probably use something, but I'm like, no, it doesn't even sound good. Like it literally doesn't even sound good. So now I drink chai tea. Yes.
What do you mean yes? You sound like you want that bad. Give me my chai.
Give it to me. Give it to me now.
Exactly that. There you go.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Thanks, you
Of
too.
course.
So a really, really big thing for me in early sobriety was letting myself, go get a hot tea, go get a coffee, like kind of treat myself in that way, make it special. Just little ways to make yourself feel special. I think a lot of like getting a drink, especially out, was kind of that experience, right? A lot of it's the elegant experience. So let yourself buy a nice coffee, buy a nice tea, or even just get some nice like sparkling waters, or get fancy with the types of drinks that you buy for your house. I do think I'm going to do a video about that, some alcohol alternatives for you guys. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, let yourself have a special experience with your beverages is my number one suggestion, and know that eventually that will kind of go away. Like now I don't need to constantly have a special drink. Most of the time I just drink water. But at the beginning that was really important because I felt like I was honestly missing out. And so it made me feel like I wasn't. Okay, so now I'm sitting on the floor. You're propped up on my laptop on the couch, and we're chilling. We're chilling with our Starbucks. Okay, so other things that I did in early sobriety. How do I describe this? I let myself be, I don't want to say lazy because that's, I think, the wrong word. I just let myself rest and just kind of do a whole lot of nothing. So this included a lot of baths, a lot of reading in the bath, a lot of putting my laptop off to the side of the bath. Don't worry, it was nowhere near being able to fall in. But like putting my laptop off to the side and like watching a show, laying in bed and watching lots of shows, laying in bed and watching lots of YouTube. Also, this is really, really big. Another thing that I did, because I had my laptop and my phone a lot, kind of just lounging, there was a lot of reading of sobriety blogs. Two that really stood out to me were hip sobriety, and then the other one, I can't think of its name. I cannot think of its name. Of course, while I'm filming this, I'm like, shit, I cannot think of what. I don't know. I'll look it up. But I mean, I can remember what it looks like, everything. It's such a good blog. It's kind of embarrassing I can't think of the name, but I'll put it in the comments. So I read a ton of blogs of people who were living a sober life, like had sobriety under their belt. Sober Up Buttercup, that's what it's called. Okay. And just these women that, I really related to. They were very similar to me, like just in their personalities and all the things. And I was just seeing how it was actually possible for them to go live life sober and be happy and still have fun and still like be cool. And, because I just thought when I got sober that I was going to be the biggest lame-o in the world. I was not going to have fun. My, jet setting glamorous life that I had, which, wasn't anything that glamorous, but I traveled a lot and, I did a lot of really cool things. And I just thought that was all going to go away when I got sober. I know that sounds really crazy, but I just thought none of it was going to seem that glamorous anymore and that life was really going to suck. And that shows how much alcohol is really glamorized in marketing and in our culture. It's really it's kind of shown as this like, glamorous high class thing. When really, if you think about it, like getting trashed is not really that glamorous. But yeah, so I really just did not know what my life was going to be like. And really, I was grieving. I was scared. I really thought my life was going to be horrible. I didn't want to give up drinking. I just thought my life was never going to be good. But I also had the reason why I stuck to it was because I had this deep knowing of like, you have to do this, your life's going to be better for it. Somewhere deep within me, I knew it was the right choice for me, but like my ego, right? Like kind of the surface layer parts of myself were not happy about it. And so those two things kind of go together, like just allowing myself to rest and kind of just be, and then also like reading tons of blogs and resources and like following Instagram accounts of people who were living sober lives. It just showed me that it was possible. And so that's my whole goal with this channel. That's why I'm doing this channel, because I don't really see anything that I like too much on YouTube as far as like showing the awesome sober side of life. And so I needed to see proof, and I needed to allow myself to process. So that's why there was so much just rest time and just downtime. I slept a ton. I read, I slept, I lounged a lot. It was a very slow time of life for me, but I think I was processing a lot also emotionally. And so you need to think of that as well. Like, you have lived so long relying on a substance to make you happy, or suppress your sadness or whatever's going on. And so when you don't have that crutch anymore, you're really going to have to readjust. And so my biggest suggestion to you is allow yourself to just take that time, relax, do nice things for yourself, do face masks, right? Get in a bath, like be lazy, buy some new pajamas that you can lounge around in. It's so, so, so important. So another thing that I did is I found an alternative to that wind down time. So I work for myself, I work from home, and it was not rare, right, for me to have a shorter day and pop open that bottle of wine at 3 or 4 o'clock because I could. And even sometimes I'd be popping it open and I would have a call later or something to do later. I had that freedom, I had that flexibility, and I took advantage of it. And so that was a big thing that was missing for me, is kind of that signifier of like, the day is over, we're winding down, and then that physical and mental wind down that wine gave me, right? Even though really and truly it doesn't wind you down, it doesn't, especially over the long term. It makes your anxiety worse, it makes your depression worse. Yeah, this video is not about that, but I had to find that thing that was going to kind of give me that same effect and that same thing to look forward to. And so I'm actually going to do an entire video on happy hour alternatives. But what I want to say in this video is I really encourage you to try to figure out like what that thing could be for you. That special, again, like ritual. I think it's so important to have these little rituals in your day that really allows you to kind of transition from your work day, or, you know, you're doing stuff, to kind of like we're switching into the night mode, or whatever that was for you. Because I definitely, you know, I think a lot of people too, it's like the glass of wine while they're cooking, like if they were at work and they're coming home from work. Um, so whatever that is for you, I'm going to encourage you to find something to replace it. And I will definitely make a video about that, because I think that that could be really helpful. Hey guys, so it is almost 5 o'clock. And as that last clip just talked about finding an alternative for happy hour, I'm going to be doing the same thing actually tonight. I do have dinner in the crock pot, so I'm going to finish that up. I am going to eat, and I actually have a call from 6 to 7:30 with my mentorship group. So I have a group of women that I mentor in their business, and we have a call tonight. So I'm going to do that, but afterwards, I am 100% going to want something to just wind down from the day because I've had a busy day. And so probably what I'm going to do, especially because we're still in quarantine, is I am going to find some Yoga with Adriene videos on YouTube, and I will link that channel below because it's absolutely amazing if you haven't heard of it yet. And I'm just going to put on a yoga video, do some yoga. Guys, yoga has been the best replacement for that wind down time that I was always looking for, especially something like a restorative class or a slower yoga class. So I'm not talking like a super upbeat, crazy cardio one. I really like to do just things that are more like stretching and relaxing, because honestly, like a lot of stretching of the hips can release a ton of tension. We actually hold a lot of tension in our hips, which I didn't realize until I started doing yoga, and a lot of emotion actually in our hips. So I love to just do like stretches, slow yoga, restorative yoga that really helps balance your stress levels, balance your hormones, and it's good for you and it feels amazing. So I'm going to end the day with that. These are just some things that I did at the beginning, super duper helpful for me. Love to hear what helped you at the beginning, or where you are in your sobriety journey. If you're brand new, comment below. Let me know what other questions you have, because I will definitely do videos about it. But yeah, I mean, really the biggest thing that I want to say to you is, in early sobriety, do what you got to do. If you need to treat yourself a little bit extra, get some pizza, get some takeout, eat a little bit extra chocolate, you know, buy yourself fancy coffee drinks, do like tons of yoga videos so you don't punch people in the face. Whatever you got to do, guys. Meditate, journal. Don't be afraid to really be very selfish with your self-care, even though I don't believe self-care is selfish, but you know what I mean. You might feel like you're being kind of ridiculous and over the top. Do it, because your sobriety and you staying alive and you being healthy is the most important thing. And if it means that you need to take extra care of yourself right now, I give you permission. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, comment below. Let me know what else you'd love to see. I love you guys. Bye.